I have nothing funny to say in this introduction, but if I think of something later, I'll just call it the spiraling staircase wit. AD-25XX, mankind must rid the universe of evil. It's a death-defying risk, and only a hero can succeed. Yes, apparently we must kill Elvin Patrick Stewart. Yes, welcome to Gyruss. I'll get right into this as I give my description. Control A, much better. Gyruss was an arcade game put out by Konami. On the NES, it was released under Konami's sub-label Ultra. And as you can see, the main gimmick of Gyruss is that you move in a circle around the center of the screen, like a gyroscope. Can be a bit disorienting at first, but this has a really good control scheme, especially with Control A, where you can rotate the control pad around to where you currently are. Hello, Rick. Good to see you. Something that was added into the NES version. In the arcade, it's strictly what you saw before, and basically you repeat that a certain number of times before you get to the next planet. Here we have additional threats to deal with. In this case, it's these pods that shoot out rocks at you. And now they're letting loose starships. The NES version of this also has bosses. So I don't remember if I played the arcade version of Gyruss or not, or maybe you just mentioned it. And yes, somebody failed astronomy because they put Neptune at the outer reach of the galaxy. However, to be fair, since Pluto is no longer a planet, Neptune, I guess, would be the first planet. Maybe? I don't remember. Is it Neptune or Uranus that's the furthest out? And now we have Boss. And we also have in the NES version that charge shot, which can destroy just about anything, or inflict heavy damage on it. This is the most common boss that we're going to see. There's going to be lots of variations on it. It's going to end up having as many as 8 pods to deal with. But I love the arcade version. Overall, I think this has a lot more to it, though. The only thing you cannot do in this that I love doing in the arcade version, you could normally spin around while you're approaching the planets. So I would love to. I always love spinning around the screen. I botched that badly. That's something new too in the chance stages. Those things show up if I destroy the blue alien ship. That was not in the arcade, but hey, why not here? Okay. I did not know that now. So, the idea in the arcade game was you were trying to get back to Earth. But this actually goes all the way to the sun. And Gyruss has some kickin' music, too. When the time comes and we can get back out of the house with safety, or I can, rather, there is an arcade a few towns away from me in a as part of a seafood restaurant and bar, and I believe they have a Gyruss machine. Crabtown USA, that's the one. And last time I was there, they did have a Gyruss machine. Unfortunately, the contrast on the screen was a bit dark, but it was still fully playable and viewable. And lovely mouths here. Now, if I hit that right, I could have taken out 2 at a time. It is possible, but difficult. He's got these stupid amoeba things getting in the way. There are a lot of enemies that are new to the NES version that weren't in the arcade. These amoebas are one of them. Oh, damn straight you're coming with me, Rick. So is Chris. Yeah, there's a lot of things I've missed out on that I'm going to do as soon as the COVIDity settles down. And Crabtown is, I'd say, probably number 1 on that list. Okay, so now we have the second type of boss here, and this thing is rather annoying because the actual target... No. Yeah, the actual target... Didn't mean to do that. The actual target is kind of split. Both the worm-like thing and I believe the ball are targets, but the worm is what you primarily have to deal with here. The ball is basically there to keep you from stagnating in one corner. Ah, I thought I got him. Okay. Or maybe you don't even have to hit the globe. Or mass, or whatever the hell it is. Oh yeah, lots and lots of pinball. My dad has a blast when we go there, because he's a pinball fanatic. Yeah, the patterns for these guys in the chance stage are also different than they are in the arcade. If you know where they're going to come from, you know, then you can get in there and just wail on them on the way in or the way out, like so. And you do get a 1,000-point bonus if you manage to destroy the whole chain of them. And we're heading straight up Uranus. So now, instead of coming in from the outside, we have the ships coming from the center, and some of them are also going to fire at us on the way out. So we have to be mindful of that too. They do that a lot sooner in the arcade version. We got a whole string, that's awesome. I don't know what the hell is going on there. That looks like something that belongs in Alien Crush. Which makes sense, since it is an alien. Yeah. If aliens ever do come to Earth, how we're going to fare depends on what kind of person meets them first. Because if it's, you know, most normal people, they'll probably say, you know, well, hey, welcome to Earth, you know, and if it's a video gamer, they'll be like, how many points is your mothership worth? The entirety of humanity will be dead because someone was going for the high score. Oh god, those things are terrifying. They're like space burrs. Welcome to Earth. Oh, and that one ship just kind of pieced out. I guess it's like, I'm not dying for this. Well, the problem is if it says take us to your leader, we still have to, you know, we can't do that officially until late January. God, this thing scares me. Ugh, that was close. Shit, die, all died. All of you die. No, not you, yes, you. You die too. No, don't die me. I'm not dying. The arcade, as you can see, the arcade got frenzied. Nowhere near as frenzied as the NES version. But that was one of the endearing qualities of it. Okay, so we've got another one with 4 pods, this time on the diagonals. And it is firing seeker mines, which will spiral around on us, and we have to be very careful not to spiral into them. Well, the good thing is, once you're down to 2, you can just let the mines come into your way and deal with them. But when it's down to 1, it's going to fire a chain of mines like that. Fortunately, I'd done enough damage that it took them out before they got to me. There's sort of a rhyme and reason to the way these go in the chance stages. Like, you can usually bet that if you can usually bet that if one of them was coming out in one particular area, that a group of them would come out in the opposite side. Like if someone came out this way, then another group would come out there. Not always the case, though. And that's really, to be honest, that's actually more true for the arcade version. 3 warps to Saturn. I think blank warps to blank was one of those things that became kind of a famous game quote, but got forgotten over the years. Hardy har, Rick. Hardy har. Speaking of gaseous clouds, thank you for jumping on my stream, hot rodding asshole outside. Okay, we got some of those armor guys getting released. It got released when it was destroyed, I think, or maybe it's just getting released in general. We are letting out large chains of enemies here, and I'm not all that happy about it. Yeah, now see when those 3 show... Jeez. Got hit by the scrubbing bubble. When those 3 show up, with the round alien ship in the middle. Destroying the round alien ship will get you something of a bonus. It's either bombs or double fire. Okay, you can quit at any time. So I'm always happy to see the trio when the round ship is there, because now that I have double fire and I'm using rewind anyway, I'm not going to lose that. I will always take more bombs though. One other thing too about the music, I don't know exactly how accurate this is to the arcade. I know that first part is dead on. The dun 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 dun. It was always a little hard to hear the arcade soundtrack, and now we got 6 pods. I was trying to hit that between them. Okay, so those things with the plus sign are going to rotate around until they get a bead on us, and then they'll head straight out. Hey, 2 for 1 on the blaster. I love it. Hey, none for none on just shooting. I suck. And it takes a while for those things to get out of the way, so you really got to bait them if you're going to have to go for one particular pod. Yeah, otherwise you're going to just get all your shots blocked. But there we go. A different kind of car company. And a different kind of Sega console. Actually, the Sega console I always wished I'd had was the Neptune. Which was a combination of a Genesis, 32X, and a Sega CD all in one. If I remember correctly, I think that's right. I know there was a JVC model that did something similar. And did we know Jupiter had rings back in the 1980s? Okay, now we have Death Almonds. Oh, I picked a bad place to get, right in the middle of them. I mean, you'd think that would be okay, because, they're spreading out. But not so much, because if the enemy pins you in, and you have no place to go until those slow-moving things get out of the way, you are in trouble. Oh, that's awesome, Misfit Kitten. And as you see, we are now heading towards the planet Flicker. But, what can you do? There's just too much awesome here for the NES to handle sometimes. Yeah, I miss the old days when a lot of the game developers were too ambitious for what they were doing, as opposed to when they were too lazy for what they were doing. I don't have any really good examples, but, you could tell in, like, the 8-bit and 16-bit generation, when you had a lot of stuff going on that slowdown ended up as a result. It was a result of them trying to do too much, not too little, and you know, I don't know how much you can really fault them for that. These guys juking and jabbing. Oh, geez, that was close. And now we have the boss of Jupiter, which is spreading a lot of almonds around. And I totally missed that. And now it's going to smack me around, apparently. This is this is kind of frightening. Ain't gonna lie. Whew. Well, you know, a heart with raspberries inside. Russell Stover's been getting away with that for years. I thought they were going to come out the other... Since they went in on the right side, I thought they were going to come out of the left. Or exit on the left, rather. Yeah, the chance stage in the NES version seems to be a lot less about hitting all the ships and, yeah, seems to be a lot less about hitting all the ships and more about, hitting those bonuses. This episode's 360 No Hope was made possible by Mike Panza, Rick in Baltimore, D'Iote, the post-production work of Matthew Carr Anderson, and all my round-the-outside lycanthro fans. Thank you very much for your continued support. Until we game again.